Good morning, guys. Molweni. You know, when I tell you that I almost peed myself laughing at Afriforum, I had no lie there. I had no lie, child. Yay! You know, because yesterday they did not have the same energy that they had before Trump said, you know what, I'm just going to save you white Africans who are oppressed in South Africa and grant you the refugee status in America. You can come over here and be refugees. They were like, no. That's not what we wanted. Hey, now in their press briefing, they look exhausted, full of regret, like super tired and frustrated because this is not the outcome that they wanted. So anyway, I took out 5 things from that press briefing, which I'm going to share with you later on in this video. Before we do that, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who is also a voter, and I do believe that my views count when it comes to political affairs of this gorgeous country of ours. And as voters, we're very important in this political space because we employ politicians by granting them our votes, so we participate in what is happening in South Africa through our votes. So this is what America really has against South Africa, and this time around we have a president that really doesn't really process his thinking. All the things he doesn't really process, it's like everything Trump does is according to emotions. That's what I'm seeing. You know, you can share your views in the comment section, please. They use the comment section. Whether you want to criticize the channel, criticize me, you do have the comment section for that. That's how we grow. We grow through criticism. So I value your criticism. Please do share it in the comment section. And I don't take the attack criticism. I take the corrective criticism. I enjoy reading those the most,
so that we can ensure that ordinary South Africans are not punished. And that is why we ask the US not to kick South Africa out of AGOA. And this remains our position up to now. And for the past 2 years, Solidarity has been working with the US Embassy in South Africa, as well as the Office of the US Trade Representative in Washington, D.C., to build a strong case for the renewal of AGOA when this law expires later this year. Over the past 2 years, we have participated in numerous discussions regarding AGOA's renewal or extension. During 3 visits to Washington, we also canvassed support among members of the US Congress for the extension of AGOA. And we plan to travel to the US again in September this year to try to safeguard AGOA for South Africa. This is
dialogue and is open to cooperation. We welcome the political pressure that the US is placing on the ANC, but we will take a stand against the withdrawal of aid. We support South Africa's continued participation in AGOA very strongly, and my colleague Dr. Dirk Herman will expand on that later on. We believe that ordinary South Africans should not bear the cost of diplomatic disputes and of the ANC's policies. The withdrawal of aid could have severe social consequences and lead to increased unemployment. However, any aid must be carefully evaluated and must also address the priorities of our community. The solution is that international assistance to South Africa should continue, and that is a proposal that we will also put to the United States government. The solution is that the international assistance should continue while Afrikaners receive practical support in our pursuit of cultural autonomy. We want to establish the conditions for Afrikaners to stay in South Africa in order for us to make a sustainable contribution towards the country and all its people. We did not come to Africa as Afrikaners. Centuries ago, our ancestors came here from various countries in Europe. But we became Afrikaners here long before the birth of South Africa as a country. Our language and our culture are indigenous to Africa. We named ourselves, our language and our culture and many of our institutions after Africa. Afrikaners are a self-defined cultural community, a people, and not simply a language group or a racial group. We emphasize that through Afrikaans, we have also bond through our common language with the majority of so-called colored South Africans, as well as with a significant number of people from other South African communities. We respect these other communities and will cooperate and have been cooperating with them in many appropriate issues. We are committed to South Africa and the continent. We may disagree with the ANC, but we love the country. As in any community, there are individuals who wish to immigrate, but the repatriation of Afrikaners as refugees is not a solution for us. We want to build a future in South Africa and have minimum living conditions that we will set and work towards. If the international community helps us create an environment where Afrikaners can sustainably remain in South Africa, we can make a lasting contribution towards the well-being of the country and all its people. Our loyalty to the country is steadfast. With regard to your question about racial tension, of course, if there's remarks and Afriforum are wrongly, accused of being the reason for that kind of remarks, of course it can increase racial tension. That is why we want to use this opportunity to put the facts on the table, and that is that we can take no responsibility for the utterances of American politicians. We don't know where they get the information from. We are willing, for example, to give you the information, for example, about the AGOA Act that we have, been giving the Americans over the years, and you will see that information is, every one of them are positive about South Africa, and we ask them to keep us in AGOA.
For me, this is an example of someone scattering their own house because of a disagreement with the family, and when they come back to their senses, the whole house has been scattered and a lot of things are broken, and you can no longer keep them, you just have to throw them away. So this tension between South Africa and the US has been there because of the Israel matter, BRICS, you name it. And now we added one more enemy, Elon Musk, because of his Starlink. So it's a mess there. So you come as Afriforum, you peddle the lies, and you push the tensions even further. So now they realize that South Africa needs aid, that's one. They want to stay in AGOA, that's two. They now say the Afrikaners did not come somewhere as Afrikaners, they became Afrikaners in South Africa. Their culture and language are indigenous to South Africa. So they said they are loyal to South Africa and Africa. My question is, how though? How are you loyal? How are you loyal having done what you did recently and what you are still doing? You are trying to correct it now, but the damage is already done. Where is the loyalty when the world now knows that there is an attack on South African, white Afrikaner farmers, which is not true? Where is the loyalty? Afriforum says, moving them to the US is not a solution because they love South Africa. They want a political solution that will allow them to remain in South Africa and live in better conditions. Yay, guys, privilege is a problem. Privilege is a problem. These people, if there's people who are enjoying the wealth of South Africans, it is the white side. I'm telling you right now. And that side is the side which the white Afrikaners belong to. Imagine if we were to complain as black South Africans. Imagine. Anyway, they don't want to leave South Africa because it's the country that they love. They also say they never came from the various European countries into South Africa as Afrikaners. So Afrikaans and their culture is indigenous to South Africa. So if you feel so indigenous to South Africa, why do you have the option of finding favor from the countries outside South Africa using the color of your skin? Why do you have that option? Another thing that they said songs like "Unalive the Boer," "Unalive the Farmer" must not be sung anymore because that is the hate speech, Okay, fair enough. Fair. But my chat this comes from a group of people that went to court wanting to display the apartheid flag as their heritage. Imagine going to court to get the right to display that flag, the flag that represents so much pain to the majority of South Africans, and you want to display it. What emotion are you trying to get out of the people who suffered because of that era? It's like you want to put that flag up there as a reminder to the majority of South Africans that we were once here. To get something that many people in South Africa want to forget and move on. But no, you just want to stay there. So also I was asking myself, so all this commotion, because now you no longer hear the solid views that that took them to Trump to say we are suffering in South Africa. Say now the hate speech and all the hate speech, the song, the hate speech and whatnot. Yet you also have your own flag that you want to display. So why did you find yourself with Trump? And no, the icing on the cake. Why am I forgetting this one? The icing on the cake, they said we cannot be held accountable for views of American politicians. We don't know where they get the information from. If you can see our files. When we go to America, it's all positive about South Africa. What is positive? Because we have receipts. You've been there saying there's a genocide against white farmers in South Africa. It is there for public knowledge. It's in the public domains. What are you talking about? So now that's when I knew that they are regretting the whole thing because it's not turning out the way they anticipated. So the whole thing to me is a hot mess. Is a hot mess. Because even if they were to move to that US, it's not like they're going to be living with Trump and Elon Musk. They're going to live with American citizens who most of them are not happy with the way Afriforum is moving. Even Americans are not happy. They're like, what is going on? Why are these people lying? They're not going to live with Elon Musk and Donald Trump. No. In fact, I think Donald Trump is done with them because he's given them the option to say, come, there's the refugee status, and they are not taking it. And this comes with no surprise. As South Africans, we knew that they don't want to go. Even though it is said there has been about 10,000 requests requesting more information how they can move to the US. Let me tell you now for free. Those who are benefiting from South Africa won't go, but those who are looking at opportunities will go. I'm telling you. So Anyway, guys, if you watched up to here, thank you for watching my videos. Share your comments in the comment section. This is South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Do have a lovely Sunday.